Good morning, everyone. It's Joker, and today we are back with another slime video. And today we're going to be talking about all the additions and upgrades and skill fusions that came with the 3.5 anniversary part 2, the Spirit Master meta. So starting off, they added these characters to the Spiritmaster team because it's a brand new team. They needed to pad it out with something. We've got Trainy, Trya and Trya, Romorus, Ritas, and then Commander Shizu. Now, the Spiritmaster team is blue orb focused, so Trainy and Romorus and Ritas and Shizu all make sense. This Octogram Ramos is a healer with a defense buff if she's been skill fused, which can be useful for the new Aegis gimmick damage buff. But I mean, I wouldn't go out of my way for that. This trainee is a healer, but you're already getting healing from the Protector Master Hero anyways, so it kind of seems redundant. And then this Trya, I don't even remember what she does. This Trya, the free-to-play Goddess of Destiny one, is a green orb changer. That's all she does, which doesn't help this blue orb stacking team. Commander Shizu can help. She's orb changing all oranges to blues, but she has a physical buff, and this team is magic focused, so not the best support for that team, but obviously you can run her if you don't have the proper team. She also has that 70% EX alt damage buff, which can help people as well. It's just the physical buff only helps physical units, and the team wants to be magic. So they did have to add some units. Some of them make sense, some of them don't. That's pretty typical of what the devs like to do when they're padding out new forces. But if we move forward in this, they also added Protector of Peace Hinata to the Heart of a Hero meta, which I'm kind of surprised she wasn't already on there already. But Heart of a Hero is full of other Hinatas and Shizus. So this is why I was kind of confused why she wasn't already there, because it's like we have this Hinata and we have that Hinata. So it's like what made this Hinata different? I don't know. But lots of Shizus, lots of Masked Heroes, some Leons sprinkled in, and some Hinatas. So it is good. If the new Protector Masked Hero wasn't a Protector and she was a battle unit, she'd also be in this force. So Heart of a Hero is becoming a team with picks. Whether or not they all work together is a different story. We have physical buffers, fire buffers, crit buffers, green alt changers, healers. Like the whole gamut of skills are in this one screen. So I guess it's cool. She has another force that she can be run on. She only had 3 to begin with. It is what it is. And then moving forward, we have the EX upgrades for Earth Trainy, Wind Trainy, and Light Shizu. So let's go filter by the Spirit Master force. Spirit Master is up here. Okay. So Wind Trainy being an EX unbound character, like, ooh, whoop-de-doo. She's not doing that much for you. She's an AoE, she's an orb changer, she alt rushes a little bit, has a little bit of a wind buff. That's cool. This Earth Trainee is a dedicated healer, like a defensive character. Her getting an EX alt also means pretty much nothing. And then Light Shizu got one, but she's not on Spirit Master. So where is my Light Shizu? Here she is. She's also a healer, very much a defensive focused character with the 80% chance to guard and the attack lowering. So while it's cool that they gave EX upgrades to units, none of them really truly help out the Spirit Master team that's being focused on right now. Like this trainee has the most usage, and that's just because she's an orb changer. Like that's it. You don't need more healers on this team. You're already being healed every single turn from the Protector Masked Hero. So again, some interesting picks. Like they had to go thematically, right? But still, come on, guys. Adding on to that, the old Light Masked Hero, not the good Divine General one, but the World of Fantasy 1.5 anniversary one, got an EX upgrade as well. She is right here. She's also just not a great character right now. Her her skills are just horribly underpowered. And even though she got a skill fusion, which we'll talk about shortly, it's still not good. She's still just not a good character. She was already an EX character to begin with, so getting access to the 6th ability board, like, woo, what do you do? I guess. So nobody really runs her anymore, anyways. So she's just kind of a throwaway, which is kind of unfortunate. But let's move on to the actual skill fusions for the 3 characters that got it. And I guess we can just start with the hero since we were just on her. So looking at her skill right now, they fused her alt swap skill. So currently it's a 0 cost skill. It's a single alt swap, anyone alt soul of combos into a green orb, and then gives green gauges a 10% buff for 1 turn. Okay, well, when you fuse it, it becomes still a 0 cost skill, still a single convert, and now you give green gauges 30% for 1 turn. So legitimately, the only thing that happened is you got an extra 20% on green gauge. That's just straight up not worth it. Not worth it. You will barely see a difference in this. So it's just not worth the material cost to skill fuse this. Like, if they had made it a double alt swap to green and left it at 10% and maybe also had it be 0 or maybe 15 points, I would have been fine with that because it would be a double alt swap and it'd be unrestricted. But they didn't do that. So don't ever skill fuse this. It's not worth it. Next up, we have the Wind Trainy skill fusion. She also got the EX upgrade. She was an older character, so she didn't before have an EX alt. Now she does. Does it make a difference? I guess you have a Wind AoE magic nuker now. But they skill fused her orb change skill. So looking at it right now, she changes 1 green and 1 orange to 2 blues with a 10% gauge increase. So just 1 and 1 into 2 blues. After the fusion, it's now a 30 cost skill, up from 25, so it costs 5 extra points. But now she changes 2 oranges and a green, and then still has that 10% gauge increase. So she's essentially got the Visions of Kolia's violet orb change now. And you know what? That's pretty good. A triple orb change, it's the same cost as any other triple orb change skill would be. It's just giving her a bit more versatility. I think it's good. Is it worth skill fusing? Not. I personally probably won't skill fuse her, but if you are seriously lacking blue orb changers and you have the materials to do it, and you're like, I don't have Visions of Kolia's Violet, I don't have anyone that can triple orb change like this, because you also maybe didn't pull the new Leon, then yeah, she can be an option for you. It's just that apart from this triple orb change, her second skill isn't really doing that much for most people. A wind attack when it's skill fused, and then alt gauge rush by 35. Like, maybe you need the alt rush, but that's about it. So the skill fusion by itself is a good skill fusion. It's just attached to a character that doesn't have a lot of value outside of the orb change. So again, kind of unfortunate. Not nearly as an unfortunate case as the Masked Hero, but still, it's very limited use because of just the rest of her kit. She does have a good trait, though. Protection gauge for the first 3 turns. You can definitely make use of that. But, oh well. And then I think it was Earth Trainy. She got her second skill fusion. Okay. So Earth Trainy also got an EX upgrade. Again, she was an old 5-star character, but she's a defense team unit. She has no need for a single target alt to be EX at all. Her second skill was already fused months and months and months ago. It's a pretty good skill for what you need it to be. Lowers enemy pierce power and gives you alt resistance. Really helps out during Conquest Millum, especially the current Calamity Conquest Millum, because she's piercing, and when she ults, she does a lot of damage. But her healing skill is now the skill fusion, because it's the only one left, and currently it just heals by 30%, and that's it, for 30 points. When you fuse it, it actually becomes pretty good for what it needs to be, because now its cost has been cut in half. It's only 15 points now, and it still heals you 30%, and it lowers the enemy's attack by 10%. So if you skill fuse both for skills, you're lowering the enemy's pierce power, and their attack, and you're getting 50% ult resistance for 3 turns, and you're getting a 30% heal at half the cost. So, for what she needs to do, she's got a good skill fusion. Do you need a healing character? Yeah. Do you want to make it a bit easier to use and protect yourself even more by lowering the enemy attack? Yeah. Okay, well then that's a good skill fusion. I probably won't use it because, again, healing skills are not super necessary in this game unless you're just starting out, and people who are just starting out won't be able to skill fuse Trainy in the first place. I guess I didn't cover that, but in order to skill fuse, you must be level 100, which for the hero is fine because you can immediately awaken her to level 100 and then she just goes from there. But for Trainy and Trainy, you need to have them duped up. 5 dupes in order to skill fuse, of which new players aren't going to have that. You're not going to have 5 dupes of Trainy, plus the initial copy lying around, or enough shards to do that. And neither of them are worth using shards just to get the skill fusion, in my opinion. You could just do it for some other characters or bring a different character. So it's one of the other big things now that I have a problem with the game, is that the skill fusion requirement for old units is just too damn high. None of these units are super useful anymore, but that's its own little topic for another day. But that about covers everything in regards to the upgrades and the skill fusions for this meta. Unfortunately, most of them kind of missed or are just not very useful with this actual meta. But let me know what you guys think in the comments below. But that's it from me. Take it easy, and I'll see you all later.